So a lot of split level homes are going on the market in Warner Robins. So if you're looking for a house to buy and you're interested in a split level home, this is one video you want to watch. We're going to go through this split level home. It's done a little bit of rehabbing. It's on the market. And I'm going to show you, as a buyer, some of the things that you need to check out before you put an offer in, so you know more about what you're getting and you have a better idea of what to negotiate when you get to the closing table. So come on, let's take a look and see if this is the kind of house that you want to buy. All right, so as you can see, this is a split level all brick house. It's got just basic landscaping, so it's easy to maintain. Now let's go inside and take a look around. Now, one thing I do like is when you've got a house that's on a hillside, a lot of times these retainer walls are going to hold water. So in this case, they put a gravel bed next to the walkway and put a drain system that gets the water out of here and runs it down there to the lower levels, which keeps the erosion away and makes sure that this area stays clean. All right, so the door's got a little bit of scratching on it. Needs a little bit of varnishing, not a big deal. And the trim around the door has been repainted. It's still got the original hardwood floors. And it looks like the polyurethane has been worn through. So it's going to need a resanding and re-urethane. The kitchen's been updated. Got a fairly new stove. New countertops. And the cabinets look good. And of course, if the advertisement doesn't say anything about the fridge and stove, you can always make sure that it's going to stay with the house. And if not, that's another negotiating point. As you can see in this house, they've already repainted the house to a more modern color. Gray has been in style for the last 15 years, so it's going to definitely be more appealing to today's buyers. Now, since it's a split level, everything is pretty much either upstairs or downstairs. They've replaced the carpeting on the steps. Looks like many blinds have been changed. And the paint might not be what you want it to be, but painting is not something that's going to be a big deal. Make sure to turn on the lights and run the water. Make sure that everything works like it's supposed to. Now, sometimes people don't clean up the house to get it ready for selling. And that might be a negotiating point to use, but realistically, it's not a big deal. Now, something as simple as a cover on the light, it's not a big deal either. But there again, just psychologically, it makes a difference when buyers are looking at the house. You can tell that this house has been repainted throughout. All right, so let's go downstairs. Now, if you don't recognize this, the 70s and 80s houses had a lot of attic fans. And that's how you pulled air into the house before they had air conditioning. It's real good for circulating air through the house and keeping the air nice and fresh. Now in this house, they've already changed out the flooring in the lower level. And it looks like the dryer and the washer go in the cabinet area under the stairs. Here's another little easy thing to fix out. These hollow core doors are pretty cheap. Wouldn't take anything to change that out, or just mud it over, sand it, and repaint it. So they've changed out the closet rack, and they've anchored it to the end walls. Support, end wall. Now, according to the seller I just talked to, they have just done the painting and the flooring. So that might have been a reason why this house wasn't selling as fast as it should. Looks like there used to be a bifold cabinet here. This is where the washer was. Okay. And then right around the corner, here's where the dryer goes. So it's out of the way, but any closet space that it had down there just got taken up by the washer and dryer. And then the den in the lower level. Got plenty of outlets. Cable, audio, more outlets. So this place is definitely set up for entertaining. And the sliding glass door works. Looks like it's still got good seals on it. And you step out into the fenced backyard, which has been repaired. Seller's already in the process of changing out the crawl space access door. And since he's got it open, this is something that I wanted to point out. If you feel froggy and you want to open up the crawl space, make sure that there's a vapor barrier under there, because this is going to be something that the inspector looks at and is going to probably ding. And they've got a Rinnai water heater, which is one of my favorites. I've got one on my house. It's a tankless water heater. And yeah, it takes a minute for the water to get to the shower or the sink. But once it does, you've got unlimited water. And of course, the air conditioner is off the ground. And this one is less than 5 years old, so that's a good point. Some simple things like trash in the yard or old structures, that's sometimes unappealing to a buyer. So make sure that that would be something that would need to be removed or negotiate to have it removed. Now, having a sloped backyard can be a little bit of a disadvantage to us older folks, but kids love it. And if it ever snows, you know where the sliding is going to take place. All right, so since we got this hillside, we can take a look at the roof real easy. And he said it's 10 years old. Of course, with these oak trees, it's going to make it look like it's aged more than it has. But all the lines are straight. The shingles are still laying flat. So this one's still in good condition. And it does have a gutter system, and it looks like a leaf protector guard on it. So that will definitely help with any water accumulation around the main part of the house. And while you're outside, make sure to check out the foundation part, because this is the areas where a house is going to settle. If there's any cracks that's going to be started, this is where you're going to see it. Now, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the house, but it gives you a better idea of how the foundation is. And if there are any cracks, you can ask about them and see if they have any ideas on what's causing it. A lot of times these split level homes on the side of a hill will get these settling cracks, which, like I said, is not a big deal. As long as it's got a good foundation, settling cracks are common, as long as they're small, minute, and they don't go very far. If they go the entire distance from top to bottom, then you want to start asking questions. And as we go up the stairs, you notice that you got the vents underneath the house. Now, this is good to keep circulation and keep moisture down. But it looks like they've got a little bit of damage, which isn't a big deal. These are easy to get and easy to change out. And as you're walking through a house, make sure to look at the ceiling, because especially on the upper floors, because the ceiling is going to be the first place that gives you an indication of any kind of water leaks. And if there's any old staining, as long as the drywall is still good and it's just got some staining, that means it may be an old leak that has been fixed. So you may make sure that you want to ask the seller about it. Another little trick is when you're looking at a surface like this, look at it with the light on the other side, because that's going to give away little humps or stains or scratches. Like this one, somebody put a hot pot on the countertop and it bubbled a little bit. So that will give you an indication of the condition of these countertops. Over here in the shadows, you're not going to pick up those little defects nearly as much. All right, guys, so when you're buying a resale house, I hope these tips help you out. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me. My information is in the description below, and we'll make sure to get you a game plan to buy your next house in Warner Robins, and a house where you're getting what you expect.